Good afternoon and welcome back to the Mancunian, where he's already laughing. He's 10 seconds in. What are you doing, bro? Anyway, good afternoon. Welcome to the Mancunian way. My name's Mike and I'm your host. And this is the City Pool preview. I want to call it City Pool, by the way, just to annoy every single Arsenal.
Just annoy everyone, yeah. City Pool,
just to annoy everyone out there. But yeah, we've got Jamie Phillips. Good afternoon, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. Thank you very much.
And we have got the biggest fraud on YouTube. There he is. Oh, Sam, time to answer for your crimes.
Hi, Martin. Big up to you guys.
Sam.
This is the first time I'm the youngest person on the stream, so big up to both of you.
Wow. There's no need for that. Seriously.
Straight in.
You guys are liking and subscribing in the chat. Let's go, man. Big up City Pool. You know, whichever one. It's funny because yesterday a City fan was in my chat. It's like, whichever one wins this Sunday gets the blessing of the other one to go on and win the league.
Yeah, we have an equal hatred for a certain club. Yeah.
Big up FIFA for the 22, mate. Really appreciate that. You, sir, are a superstar. Good afternoon, everyone in the chat. So, yeah, I'm going to kick it off straight away. I'm going to go with the hardest question out there. Whoever loses is out the title race.
I think if Liverpool
I'm
lose,
going hard early.
I think if Liverpool lose, you probably because we'd be 10 points behind Arsenal if Arsenal win. So that's probably that's probably too much. I don't know. You're a point above us, aren't you, Martin? Is that a point?
Yeah, 1 point.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're 6 points behind, 9 points. Yeah, fuck me. Gee. We can't have Arsenal making this much ground on us, guys. We really can't. No, one of us.
My thing is, like, I feel like they've created almost like a... And I know this is crazy to say, but even last season at this point in time, this, like, literally same exact point, we were only 2 points ahead of Man City. Yeah. So Man City were a lot closer game week 10 last year. Now it's giving me more like Liverpool 1920 vibes, where they're just kind of pulling away. That's the thing. It's like you watch them and they're winning almost every week. In terms of title race, first of all, Martin, a well-seasoned professional like you should know, you should never go very hard early. You should always take your time with it. But when it comes to the football, I look, it's you can't win the league in November, but you can lose it in November.
Yeah, of course.
That's the thing. And I look at us specifically, and I'm like, okay, if we lose this game, let's just assume Arsenal beat Sunderland just to make this easy for everyone. Let's just say they beat Sunderland, right?
Yep.
If we lose this game, we're currently 8 points behind. We lose this game, we'll be 11 points behind. Now, if we're 11 points behind, with all due respect, that basically means we've got to win like 27 games in a row, basically, including going away to the Emirates, going away to Goodison, going away to Old Trafford. So you give yourself basically no margin for error left at all.
Mm.
And that's my thing. Like, people go like, oh, I have hope and I think we could do this. I think we could do that. Last season, including drunk Liverpool, we lost 4 games all season. We've already lost 4. It's November. We've already lost 4.
Yeah.
That's why I think there's a thing like we can, and also there's this other thing where we go like Arsenal will crumble under pressure and blah blah blah. Yeah, but we can't keep running that narrative forever, because that narrative was spoken about Liverpool for a while, until we got it over the line in 2019, 2020. So I don't think, I think probably City aren't out of it yet, because you've got the X factor in Pep. And you've got another X factor on the pitch in Haaland. So I think that you've got 2 X factors that can, go through a run. If you get to January time and you're 6 points behind Arsenal or something like that, I think you can make that up. For us, it's different. I think for us, we're in a different scenario right now, where we need to start picking up performances, picking up results. And we went through a really tough run over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And I think we need to continue to wake up basically from what we just, all the mistakes that we did and everything. So out the title race. The problem is, I really want to say, I want to give you an answer, but I just can't. Like, I don't know. Is it too early to say out of the title race? For me, it's not. Arsenal beat Sunderland, we're 11 points behind. I think we ain't going to win the league, and we're going to have to accept it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. You put yourself out after, didn't you put yourself out 2 weeks ago? You went back to being the leopard in the tree.
Yeah, I think we have like 1% chance of winning it right now.
Yeah. Arsenal, because how well they're playing right now and their defence and everything, it's hard seeing them dropping points. They have got to drop points. Look, they have got some difficult games coming up after the international break, where we're going to see what they're made of. So I think this weekend is important for all 3 clubs. Arsenal away to Sunderland. On paper, you'd think that's quite an easy match, but Sunderland have started this season pretty well, and they might cause Arsenal some troubles and stuff like that. I don't know. So, and then obviously Liverpool City game. So this weekend is very pivotal going forward, because after the international break, I think Liverpool have got, Nottingham Forests of the world and South Sunderlands and West Hams in our next 3 games. I think Arsenal have got like the North London Derby and Chelsea and Bayern Munich and stuff like that. So they got some hard games coming up. I'm not sure what City have got. So, yeah, I think this weekend's going to be massive for all 3 clubs. I really do. And I think we'll get a bit more. We'll know more how this title race is going to swing. It's only between the 3 clubs. I don't see any 4th club entering this either. So,
Not Chelsea?
No, I don't see it. I think they're too inconsistent. I mean, they could be a carrier bag. Do you know what I mean? So,
Chelsea play to the level of the opposition. It's almost like they win the games that you don't expect them to, and they lose the games that you expect them to win.
Yeah,
it's like,
inconsistencies. Their inconsistency.
I mean, I'll be honest. I probably do think whoever loses this I think it's harder. Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, 9 games. I look at Arsenal, and as much as I want to banter Arsenal, they're not conceding goals.
Nope.
And when you're not conceding goals, you're not going to lose. And now I'm asking them to lose 4 games.
Yeah, it is.
So,
and
then you've got to be perfect the other way around as well. And that's what I don't see. So whoever loses, yes, I do think it probably, I won't say fully out, but I think there's about a 5% chance.
Look, Arsenal fans won't like this year, but there is a particular style of football they play, right? And I believe the only 2 games they didn't win this season was the 2 games they didn't score a set piece in, and that was against Man City and Liverpool, if I'm correct. So
You are correct.
Yeah.
You won 1-0.
yeah, no, the Man City game. I don't think they scored a set piece in the City game, did they?
No, that was the Martinelli. Yeah, that was a
No,
Martinelli
it was
counter.
a
Yeah.
It wasn't a
So
set piece.
they're the 2 games they didn't score a set piece in. They didn't win them games. So there is a way they play, and it works for them. So I'm not going to be here bitching about the style of football they play and all that. They're winning games of football, but there is sustainability things in this. Does the set pieces start to dry up in the second half of the season like it did last year, and they're not scoring from them? Then they've got to start relying on their forwards to score more open play goals, and and if you're relying on set pieces a lot to win 1-0, 2-0 games, and they dry up and you start drawing 0-0s and 0-0s and stuff like that, and then Liverpool and Man City are winning games and gradually getting more points and more points. I always say March and April time is when we see what a team's made of, because if Liverpool or City are 4 or 5 points behind an Arsenal team in March and April, I think it's game on. Because that's where Liverpool and Man City especially know how to go and win the league from that time and go on these runs. And usually that's where we see Arsenal start to fall off a lot under Mikel Arteta. So let's see what it's like around then, in my opinion. In November, I think it's a bit hard to judge. But March and April, if both of us if one of our teams are 4 or 5 points behind them, game on.
Well, like Ivana says, question for the guest: Liverpool playing the part of the race with first City and Arsenal. I think we're answering that as we're saying.
City every day. I'd rather City win the league every day of the week. Yeah.
You don't like Manchester, Ivan, but I prefer Arsenal.
You really are shameless. You are so shameless.
I'm not shameless at all. Listen, it's actually a sign of respect, if anything. But I dislike Manchester City. I don't like Man City.
Well, we know you don't.
I don't like Man City. I'll be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about Arsenal fans or anything. Listen, I get it. We work with Igal, who's annoying. You get me? We work with Souls, who's annoying. We work with the other Souls, who's also annoying. There's an Arsenal fans are annoying. First of all, let's establish something. Most annoying fan base when they're happy is Man United fans. There's nothing worse than happy Man United fans. They're the worst by far. Second worst is Arsenal, in my opinion. But I don't base my hatred based off which fans are more annoying. I just can't do that.
I don't.
Look at it he doesn't hide it. He doesn't hide it.
But I don't hide it. I say it. Look, I hate Man United the most. And then I hate Everton. And then I hate Chelsea. And in fourth place are Man City. My feelings are indifferent towards Arsenal. Actually, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I actually think a lot of their players are likable. The one that I dislike is Arteta, because he's a you-know-what in press conferences and the shit that he says, like in the media, I dislike him. And I dislike the fans. But as a group of players, they're actually quite likable. Like, there's
no.
Listen, fair.
Hell no.
Stephen is here with the £5. Big up, mate. Big up, Martin, Jamie, and Sam. Arsenal winning the league. Come to terms with it and make peace with your soul.
I can't make peace with anything right now. I hate Arsenal more than anything in this world. Right? I hate Arsenal more than Man United right now. I hate them. I can't stand them. Yeah, I can't stand them. The fact that they've had 20 years of winning nothing and carry on like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can't stand their players, their manager. I don't like their players' wives, their kids, nothing, man. I can't stand that football club. I can't.
That's hate. That is proper hate.
I can't do it. They are what I want to give Arsenal fans credit for, yeah. Arsenal fans are the best fans in the world at PR. There's no better fan base at PR. They make all their players, and everyone believes their players are the greatest things that play football. And everyone believes it. Because now you get all media talking about it as well. Like, you can't have an argument with Arsenal fans either. I can have an argument with Arsenal fans. Go, you see Saka, he's not really that good. And then they're going to tell you all this stuff. And then I'll give them the stats that Saka's got the same GA as Federico Chiesa since November last year.
Yeah.
Right? And he doesn't play football for us. And stuff like that. And but it ain't about GA. But then, well, it is about GA because everything you tell me about is that, you know, so and so is just as good. Saka's going to be as good as Mo Salah and all this. No, shut up, go away. Can't stand them, man. I hate them with all my guts. I'd rather Man City win every trophy if Arsenal don't win a trophy.
Okay, well, what's changed, and this can be out because obviously Liverpool were on this bad run, and Hussam was crying every week, banging on his desk, doing everything he can, and now you won 2 games back to back, Real Madrid and Villa, very good. So what's changed?
What's changed is Arne Slot has changed the way that we play. It's very simple. We don't win both games, whether it's Aston Villa or Real Madrid, without changing. And, you know, in the words of Martin, just go back to the basics of football. We went back to the basics. That's the thing. We went back to the basics. You know, our DM actually played in DM. Our DM was not like our third attacking midfielder for no reason whatsoever. The donut hole in midfield disappeared. We actually kept... Here's the thing. I went to the statistics. Against Brentford alone, I think we conceded 6 or 7 big chances just against Brentford. Against Aston Villa and Real Madrid combined, we conceded 1 big chance in 180 minutes of football. And that was the Jude Bellingham shot. Other than that, we haven't really conceded. We've played so much better, kept 2 clean sheets in a row. And I think this is the thing. I look at the way that we defend now, it's better. The way that we set up now is better. But you know this more than anyone, Martin. It's all about continuity. It's all about continuing this run. Because City had moments last season, you know, even during the whole, 1-13 or whatever it is. City is that carry from spaces, big up. City had moments in even last season where you went like, okay, is this going to be the start of something? And then they end up losing the game after and losing the game after, losing the game after. And that's the thing for me. So you've got to just rise above it, man. You've got to rise above it and you've got to continue. And Slot's the one that has the keys to the kingdom, and he's the one that's got to just change things around. You're asking Ed for some help.
Yeah. Gotta get it in
for
there.
some help, chat. Oh my God, Ed, it's 2v1. You know, before we went live, he's like, oh, don't worry, I can handle 2v1.
I can handle 2v1.
I'm strong, independent Martin.
Right, well, I'm going to say this now. Because obviously, let's be honest, a lot of people had written City off, including a lot of City fans, who we know. Everyone had us 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, dropping down to whatever. They had Chelsea above us, Tottenham above us, Accrington Stanley above us, and everyone else. And yeah, we're now on a 6 out of 7 win streak. Are you actually surprised? I know your answer, Sam, so I'll go with Jamie first. Are you surprised by City?
I'm not surprised of anything as long as Pep Guardiola is your manager because of the class of man he is. Last season we saw a Manchester City under Pep that I don't think any of us really thought we'd see, especially non-City fans anyway, thought was coming. The start of the season was a little bit ropey. And then Pep's just... I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to play more direct now because of Haaland up there. And the players, I think Pep wants, in reality, to build the team that he wants to play. He wants to play. That ain't out there for him at the moment. So he's got to play in a new way and be a bit more direct. And it shows that Pep can mix his system up, mix his tactics up as well. Shows the quality of the manager. I still think that, I don't know about you, Martin, but I still think, like with Liverpool, there's still something there, like maybe a weak underbelly defensively, where you can maybe still have a go at them and get something out of either team, Liverpool, Manchester City right now. And that's the one thing I don't see with Arsenal right now, which annoys me and upsets me so much. So, yeah, City are doing well. They're playing well. You know, you've got that freak up front who's just he's the best striker in world football without a shadow of a doubt. And, you know, his movement. One thing I'll say about Haaland, and I'll give him credit for this because I didn't know he had this in his game, is his abilities are improving as well. His hold-up plays better. His link-up plays better, you know, than it was a couple of seasons ago, in my opinion. And his movement off the ball is just... I've not seen a striker with that movement since R9. his movement is just it's unplayable sometimes.
Whoa,
It's unplayable.
whoa.
No, let him carry on, Sam. Let him carry on,
It's
Jamie.
R9, Jamie. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
his movement off the ball. His movement since I've not seen a striker like that. You know, the way he just
I'd say he's more comparable to like Ruud Van Nistelrooy.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Heading balls away in his own box.
Yeah, I just
see Ruud Van Nistelrooy come out the 6-yard box.
yeah, Van
That's
Nistelrooy.
where Haaland is most effective.
No,
Yeah, what I've been
think
impressed with
he's doing a
Haaland
lot
this
more
season
than
is his movement in deeper areas of the pitch. His movement in deeper areas of the pitch, like he's picking up the ball on the halfway line sometimes. His movement is excellent.
That's
And
the
then he
reason we've changed our play around to
Yeah,
get him.
yeah, and I didn't know he had that in his game 2 seasons ago. So for him to improve his game from a quality standpoint in the first place, doing what he's doing now,
You know what it's similar to, Damon?
just a
Do
freak.
you ever
He's just a
remember
freak.
Aguero? You
Yeah.
watch Aguero when he first came into Manchester City under Mancini.
Yeah.
Very fox in the box, like very didn't want to come back.
Yeah, and Pep wanted to change him, didn't he?
Didn't want to do anything. Then Pep said, "No, I need you working.
Yeah.
I need you coming back into the midfield, chesting it down, laying off, turning on the shoulder." And he didn't want to do it.
No.
But then after 12, 18 months, he got into it. And I'm seeing the exact same thing in Erling Haaland.
Yeah,
That's why I
coaching.
don't buy into this myth
Coaching.
that Pep doesn't change players. Pep can't make players better.
No,
I
it's
don't buy
coaching.
into it because I've
It's
watched it with
coaching.
my own eyes. I'm watching it with Nico G with my own eyes, by the way. He's turning Nico G into someone no one ever thought he was, by the way.
Yeah, you wouldn't,
Incredible.
yeah. No.
So for me, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on the Haaland thing. Well, Sam, I know you were actually respectful on City in the title race. I will give you that, even though you did hate them. And you do hate us. You were actually respectful to us, so I'll give you that. Is that it? Is that the line we're getting out here?
What? I thought there's a question coming.
That was your in to speak.
Oh
Come
my
on,
God! I thought you were gonna ask.
You're
a
not
question.
an amateur at this game.
I'm not give you a
65K.
presentation.
Come on.
I'll give you a presentation on hosting skills after this. But anyway.
Oh, will I? Okay then. I'm only 8 years deep.
I had this conversation with Mo, I think 3 days ago, and he was like, "You know, you were the only one in the summer that said City are going to be in a title race."
No, you
Like,
weren't.
yeah, because I knew that they would come back. Obviously, they're not going to be as bad as they were last season, but I just think ruling out City for me, even if you lose this Sunday, I'm still not going to rule you out because I think you can make a 10 points you can make a 10 points gap. You can't make an 11 points gap. Like, yes, it's only 1 point more, but I feel like it's a bit too much in my opinion. I go back to the quadruple charge season. I think we were behind Man City by 12 points at some point in time. And we went almost on like some Goliath run at the end of the season. But even then, like, the problem is you're expecting your team to be perfect. That's the problem. Like, you legitimately have to win almost every single game. That's the thing for me. That's the worst part about this. Like, it's not the fact, oh my God, Arsenal have to lose 4 games. Yeah, but like, Arsenal can lose 4 games. Arsenal can draw 5, 6 games, whatever it is. No, like, they're not going to be perfect till the end of the season, but that's not the issue. The issue is you want your team to be perfect. And that's the problem for me. But I think from a City perspective, I think Phil Foden is back. Of course, he's back just before the Liverpool game. Always back before the Liverpool game. Phil Foden. You get me? Personal agenda.
Philip Walter Foden. You mean
Against
that?
Liverpool Football Club.
Well, I'm actually glad I've got you to on about this. Because for me, and by the way, I'm not saying Foden is Salah here when I say this. I just want to make that very clear before you jump. Yes, I thought you'd come a bit closer. But the way some of your fans have treated Mo Salah is very, very similar to the way Phil Foden was treated. As a football fan base, are we getting very reactionary on one bad season or a bad spell?
Yeah, I think it's just the life of football fans now. Look, I've been calling for Slot's head this season, and in my opinion, rightfully so, just because, you know, I've seen it. I'm in my 40s, so I've obviously seen a lot of Liverpool, yeah, and winning losing 6 games out of 7 for
won.
me as a Liverpool fan is just not. It's not on. It's just not on. It's not acceptable. And he's turning it around slowly. And if he turns it around slowly, I'm happy with it. But it's not on. I think you're allowed to call things out. People, because we got our faces out there. We do this every day. So anything we say gets clipped up, recorded. People come back to you. 2 years ago you said this. It's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about today and all this.
AI. We all get AI now as well, by the way.
And look, me personally, Sam knows this. I'm quite an emotional guy, right? And I talk about things in a positive. I talk about Liverpool in positive light and in a negative light because I don't see the point just picking one side of the argument and always talking about that side. I go live when we're shit and talk about how shit we are. I'll go live when we're good and talk about how good we are. I think that's just me personally. It's my emotion as a football fan, up and down, and I just give everyone that when I talk about Liverpool. But in society today, I think a lot of people. I think negativity feeds, don't it? Everyone likes negativity. It's the greatest thing. With the Mo Salah stuff, it drives me mad. Me and Sam are probably the biggest Mo Salah fans. I love the guy. He's my favourite Premier League Liverpool player ever, even in front of Stevie G. He's had one bad season in 8 years. For the fact that when we first bought him 8 years ago, nobody would have thought he would be our third all-time top goal scorer. You know what I mean? Third all-time top goal scorer, 250 goals. Same amount of goal contributions as Wayne Rooney, as our class as one of the greatest British players of all time. No, that's just ridiculous. And he's having a bit of an off spell. So what?
Oh, it's crazy.
He's almost 34 and he's having an off spell by the time he's almost 34. You know what I mean? He's a lad one. He's a lad one.
Well, Sam,
listen, with Mo, you don't have to get me to defend him because I've been defending him for the longest from the beginning. And I feel like this is just an opportunity for people who didn't even really like him that much to begin with. Yeah. This stems back all the way from like when Martin first met me on Spaces when we were doing the whole Mane versus Mo debate and everything. And I think some people just ain't over the fact that just like that Mo basically just made himself clear of Mane. I think some people just ain't over it, to be honest with you. And some people still cling on to that. And some people still have that little bit of personal agenda against him. And it's funny because even games like Brentford and other games, I'm like, guys, we've just conceded 3 goals away to Brentford. Van Dijk is making individual errors, and we're sat here blaming the right winger for conceding 3 goals, 7 big chances against Brentford. It's crazy to me.
Crazy,
so yeah. I think we got to the position where it's just the guy that's been consistent for 7 years. We ain't even allowed him to have 4 bad games. It's actually a madness, to be honest with you. So I've defended Mo for a reason. Consistency is king. Never forget this. Consistency is the thing that separates you, and it separates the elite from the regular. If you're consistent at a high level, if you're consistent at a level that you're looked at as one of the GOATs of the Premier League, then that's just not something that you can just push to the side because you've had 3-4 bad games. I think that's the important thing here. Yeah, you can.
Same with Foden. Foden's a young lad as well, ain't he? He's a young lad. And
Jamie,
young
have you seen what he's won? If you actually go through,
his trophy cabinet is ridiculous. He could retire today and be happy.
He'd won PFA Player of the Year, Football Writers Player of the Year. He'd won the 2 previous, or he'd won back-to-back Young Player of the Year. He had over, I think, 15 to 20 G&A most seasons. I just think, I think we live in a time where one bad season becomes their legacy.
Yeah.
And I think one thing, Terry said it the other day to Mo, which thing was spot on. Ryan Giggs had a bad spell. Robbie Fowler had a bad season. We can go through all the greats.
Yeah. Social media wasn't a thing then, was it? That's the thing.
Exact, spot on. Social media has brought this player FC into the game. And the one thing I've noticed with social media and football fans in general, we love to big up players so much to knock them straight back down 30 seconds later.
Yeah. Cool.
And that's just what we like to do.
Because it gets you attention as well. It gets you attention that you crave as well.
Of course you do.
This is the same player that carried Liverpool's attack as well to a Premier League title. Let's establish
and that's
that.
why I don't buy into this Haaland FC nonsense. from
Yeah.
people on us.
48 GA. The second person was on 17, I think, or 18 GA. There was a 30 GA difference between first and second
The thing,
last season, and
Mhm.
that alone, like some players, if there's one guy that deserves to get carried, it's him. Like based off what he did last season, he was like statistically doing stuff that only Messi did. Like, are you mad? Like,
yeah, Salah was different gravy last year.
it
Wasn't
was different gravy last year. So just so what? He's had 2-3 bad games. He's showed
It's
his quality
crazy,
again.
isn't
Aston Villa and Real Madrid. That goes for all the people that go like, oh my god, he can't have
Sam,
a good game with
he got
GA.
he's our third all-time top goal scorer, and he's almost 34, and he's having a bad spell. So what?
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know?
Well,
do you know what I mean?
you know, Phil Foden scored 200 odd, is it 200 odd? No, 100 odd goals, 103 goals. Scored more than the great Sean Goater that I love. Hassan won't know about that because
Feed the goat, eh? Feed the
I
goat.
do know about
Yeah.
Feed the Goat.
Feed the goat. You don't know about Feed the Goat.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows about Sean Goater and the goal he scored against Man United. Have some shame. Have some shame.
Over Fabian Barthez, the little chip.
I'm a
Go
football
on.
historian, mate.
Sean Goater was a very popular player, man. He was very popular.
He was. Right, I'm gonna before we move, I'm gonna ask some Cherki Wirtz debate.
Cherki
Wirtz
wins
debate.
right now.
Yeah,
It's a
Cherki
stupid
wins right
debate.
now. I'm not. It's a silly
No,
debate
I
because
think it's a
they're
stupid
different
debate.
players. They're different players.
We can have a Wirtz versus Gabriel Magalhaes debate, and Gabriel Magalhaes would win. This is not difficult. I'll
No,
tell
but-
you who Wirtz beats right now. Wirtz beats Gittins. He beats Garnacho. He beats these are the guys he beats. Guys,
Well,
like
Wirtz
I want
isn't
to tell you
that
guys
player,
something.
Hassan.
This is important. Liverpool fans have recognized that Florian Wirtz haven't had a good start to the season. We've
He's not
accepted
been
that.
terrible either. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's not been terrible,
Yeah.
but we just want him to do better. We expect better. All I'm doing is just giving him a bit of time because he's a new player still. You know, I'm just waiting for him to perform, and that's it. But at this moment in time, I don't think I can claim that Wirtz has been better than Cherki. I can't.
No. Cherki's had a good start of the season, but you know, football's it's a weird sport, ain't it? Like Wirtz was definitely a most wanted player. A lot of
Yeah,
teams
I'm not
wanted
one of these
Florian
city fans,
Wirtz.
by the way, who said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't want Wirtz."
Yeah, a lot. If you know Florian Wirtz is available,
Sam
yeah.
knows that with me.
every
I've never played
team
him.
now want him.
You get me?
Every
I've
team
not
would
played that
want him. I think for a lot of teams in Europe, for the big teams, Liverpool, City, and you know some others that are in that market for that kind of player, I think all the teams were looking either Wirtz or Cherki. I think City were looking at both, Liverpool were looking at both, and I think Bayern Munich and stuff like that. So looking at both kind of players, and you know Liverpool decided on Wirtz, and then City got Cherki in. So look, they're both going to be good players for both clubs. You're always going to have that, you know, that debate now because there's similar players playing for two rivals. I let this sort of thing go over my head. I let the youngsters argue about that, to be fair, because you know, as long as he performs for me, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
I love the way you say the youngsters, like you are making yourself an unk, as we. Call
I know.
it.
I am.
You both just have to accept it. You're both unks. Just
Yeah,
accept it.
I can't get bothered into debates about stuff and all that. It's like because you know Wirtz hasn't got no GA yet this season, but some of the games he's played, he's been actually very, very good. You know, but it doesn't get recognised because there's no GA. Also, how many people actually watch 90 minutes of football anymore? Or do they just watch highlights? This is another thing as well. I don't think a lot of people watch a full game of football anymore.
No, I think people set on foot mod and all that now.
Yeah, because they look at the stats of a game or they watch a 3-minute highlights of a game.
Waiter is a prime example of doing that right there.
And highlights of a game will only show you like the GA and stuff like that in games, so of players or
it's like 7 in the morning for Vader. Let him have his egg and bacon before you start jumping down.
Yeah, hold that, Vader. No, Vader is it's on as soon as you see him on site with the Vader. You get me? Biggest gaslighter known to mankind.
Yeah, I like Vader. I like Vader.
By far. No. Don't like Vader. Don't like Vader. It's
All
always
Cherki over Wirtz.
And we know this though. Like, why do you act like you guys argue with something that we fight back on? Like, Florian Wirtz needs to do better. We know this. We don't want Florian Wirtz to have 0 GA.
You might have the wrong Liverpool fans here for this battle. That's the thing. We just like we admit
the wrong people.
Yeah,
Because
because
at the beginning you're like the biggest fraud. I'm telling you right now, you might find more shameless people than me, but at this moment in time, I want Wirtz to do better because it hasn't been good enough so
yeah,
far.
you do realise that this is why I've got Hussam and Jamie on, because they suit this channel's ethos. They're not gaslight. Sometimes a gaslighter when it suits him, but when he's struggling, he goes back into calm mode.
Yeah,
that's why you don't invite Vater on now to make.
He goes to be the leopard in the tree and sits there calmly with his tail wagging down.
Has Hamza ever been on this channel?
When he jumps down.
Has Hamza ever been on this channel?
No. I've always he can do.
You've never invited him on.
He's never asked to come on.
So he's got to ask to come on.
No.
Interesting.
So
I'd love to see Martin versus Hamza on this channel. You need to bring him here. I think your chat will probably cook him though.
He'd gaslight the chat. You know, he's always welcome. He's always welcome. He'd gaslight. Sam, I've got like 60-odd-year-old season ticket lifelong blues in the chat. They'll go crazy. And I love
Hamza's a different. He's a different guy, and he's.
I'll tell you what, we'll get Hamza on. We'll get Hamza on.
Oh, I love Hamza, man.
He's the ultimate gaslighter, ain't he? The ultimate.
Are you expecting any special setups for Sunday? Because last season you did.
Yeah, Wirtz to score the winner and then just the City fans.
I think Liverpool got a player they played against Real Madrid midweek.
No, because what I mean, Jamie, City this season, we've kind of stopped wanting to do the pep ball possession. Let's roll.
Yeah,
we even did it on Wednesday night against Dortmund. We were a bit more direct and to the point. But you were like that last season at the Etihad. So someone's got to have the ball on Sunday at some point. We can't both try and play on the counter.
And I think that's what both teams go to try and do. I think they're going to try. I think both teams are wary of what the opposition can do. And I don't think, and I feel like even Pep right now, he probably doesn't feel like City, even though you've won a few games in a row and it's looking more rosy, he probably still doesn't think we're quite there yet. Slot's like, we've just, Slot's comments today in his press conference I was just reading, they were talking about consistency and he laughed and said, the only thing we've been consistent at is losing. So, we've won a couple in a row yet. Slot will know City's strengths and Pep will know Liverpool's strengths. And I think you're going to get quite a chess match game on Sunday. I really do. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring affair or anything like that. I think both teams are going to be very wary of what the oppositions can do, and they're going to be both very wary of what Arsenal are doing right now as well, knowing that.
I think that was Klopp's issue. And do you think the issue is, because we've always had this record, and Sam's talked about it, me and Sam have talked about it to a blue in the face. There's always a given, he had City, Anfield, Liverpool. And it was like they had a little pre
yeah, because the home team always won, didn't they? Yeah.
Because City have never come to Anfield on low blocks. You never came to the Etihad on low blocks.
Best games of football. Best game of football.
And we'll fight. Yeah. And that's why they tended to win.
2019, Marty.
Yeah.
2019, the Liverpool City games in 2019, for me, were the highest quality Premier League games I've ever seen.
Even though we lost the game 2-1, I think that game was unbelievable.
It was the highest quality of Premier League game I've seen.
Your emotions are no longer there 7 years later. You can just watch it back and go like, what a game.
Now you're being shameless there, mate. You can't do that. You're being shameless there.
Martin's like, pick up Vater 5 minutes ago, and then 5 minutes later, Vater's a gaslight.
No, but he is gaslighting, saying about the extra day's rest.
I think
Vater, we played Real Madrid. You played Dortmund. Have some shame.
Whoa, have some respect for Borussia.
Have some respect for Real Madrid.
Behave. Have you seen them?
15-time Champions League winners, mate.
Oh, here we go. Heritage.com.
I think Liverpool and City, when they're at their best going at it, that game was the new Classico. I always say that. I think it overtook the Real Madrid-Barcelona game for a while for the quality on show. It lost it a little bit the last couple of seasons, but these two teams respect each other immensely. I think Pep really respects Liverpool, and Liverpool obviously respects City and Pep as well. So I do think this game's going to be more of a chess game, a tactical battle maybe, and it won't be this high-scoring affair, but it's still going to be a very, very good game.
Stevens come back. Jamie, repent of your sins.
I can't, man. You think that's bad? You should.
Big up Stephen.
Stephen's
Stephen's an Arsenal fan. Look at this, though. He's an Arsenal proper gunner. Big up, Stephen.
Here's the thing, Stephen. I think this is more like of a UK thing because every British people like I meet just hate Arsenal. I just don't have that feeling for Arsenal.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Like, I hate Man United and Everton and Chelsea and City are fourth on the list. I don't hate
think
Arsenal.
everyone hates United.
Yeah, everyone hates
Everyone
United.
hates
I
United.
think Liverpool
Like,
and City have the biggest.
my
hatred
hatred for United is next level. Like,
Yeah.
no
Look,
one-
I hate United, but because United are nothing right now, it's just more of a laughing matter. Then it don't bother me so much.
I wouldn't want United to win a game of tiddlywinks against them.
No.
I can't back them in anything.
Have you seen United though? Their fans go to be gassed because they're player and manager, one manager of the month and player of the month.
Yeah, but 90% of their fans haven't seen anything. Like these Arsenal fans.
This is
Yeah.
true, by the
See
way,
now.
because people don't recognize this. But I even think of a Man United fan who's 20. I'm not even saying younger than that. Let's say they were born in 2005, 20 years old.
Europa League would be the biggest trophy they've seen, isn't it?
Yeah, the last time they saw a trophy was like the league title was when they were 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
6, 7 years old. I'm sorry, you can't remember stuff.
Well, is it
You
Ryan
can't
Giggs
remember
said?
stuff.
Didn't Ryan Giggs said we'd never go through a period like Liverpool did? Do you remember that?
It's been even worse now. We never finished 15th. I know
No,
City
man.
obviously got relegated, so it's different. But we never finished 15th. So like there's levels to this game. The lowest finish we had Premier League era was 8th.
If I believe rightly, Man City were the first British club to win a trophy in
Major.
a major trophy. I think they were the first British club to win a major trophy.
No, wasn't that Preston?
We've also got the record attendance in British football outside of Wembley.
Wait,
In
wasn't the
Manchester,
first
in
team to
Manchester,
win the league
City's more
Preston, I swear,
supported.
or Sheffield Wednesday, I think it was.
When did we won our first trophy? Well, it depends. Are we doing it as Hardwick FC or we're doing it as St. Mark's? We're doing it as Manchester City.
Yeah, I know you guys. Preston North End was the first team to win the English football.
He said major. He said major.
What do you mean major?
North End. Big up.
Yeah,
big up
Preston North End. They won the league in 1889.
Preston North End giving me that crap.
Yeah, 1889 was the first thing they won.
All
The
right.
league.
So,
Yeah,
I think
Preston North End.
1904 FA Cup.
I think the City, because Man City are known as the working man's football club, ain't they? Manchester. That's where.
We had over 1 million people in Manchester that day.
Yeah,
Not
City
that
are
I was
known.
alive. I wasn't alive then. I'm not that old. I'm not that old from 1904, guys.
The thing
The
is, like,
funny part is I was gonna run the same exact joke as well, but I let it go. I let it go for
Because I could read your mind. No, but in all seriousness, I think Sunday's going to be I think it's going to be a tight game. I totally disagree with what you talked about last night, Sam. I don't want him to go with Dockham and Sabino. The lineup I want is I want him to go very simple. I want him to go O'Reilly, Gabardiel, Diaz, Nunes. Everyone's on about Kushinov. By the way, Mateus Nunes has become such an integral part of Manchester City's backline at the minute. It's quite scary. But again, I think I talked about this on Blue Pill, Red Pill with you, Sam. It's no surprise Pep's got 2 midfielders as fullbacks.
Yeah.
Because
wants to
it's
play,
just a Pep
doesn't he?
thing.
Yeah, he wants to play.
Got Nico J. I wouldn't even play Rodra. I'd play Nico J, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Cherki, Haaland, Mamusha Dockham. I'm going to narrow the pitch against your lot on Sunday. And I'm going to hopefully invite a bit of pressure from you. Because I'm loving the counter-attacking football, and people are saying it's scared football. It's Tony Pulis football. It's nothing like Tony Pulis.
No, that's Arsenal.
Nothing like Tony Pulis football.
Yeah.
I think people.
I actually disagree with you, Martin. I think the opposite will happen. I think we'll be the defensive side because you're the one at home. I expect Slot to go compact. Legit. Yeah. I expect Slot to go compact. This is
why I'm saying it, Sam. I want you to press and give Haaland the space.
Yeah, but what happened against Bournemouth will not happen against us. I think Slot is going to go extra careful in this game. I think he'll probably run back a box midfield again. I'm I'm probably the only Liverpool fan that feels this way, but I think Slot, not I will do it. I think Slot might drop Ekitike. I think he'll go with Gakpo and Mo up top. Yeah. That's what I believe. I think he'll go with Gakpo and Mo up top, and he'll play a box midfield with Florian Wirtz. Like that's legit.
Well,
I think he's gonna go extra compact. I'll be honest with you.
What, and play Wirtz where?
Basically, same thing against Madrid, but instead of Ekitike, Gakpo, because there's something that Slot did, and Jamie will know this. Slot doesn't do things by mistake. There's a reason why he does certain things. He brought on Gakpo up top against Madrid for the last like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, to test it.
So I think that might be a sign where he's probably thinking, like, remember away at the Etihad last year where we played basically Szoboszlai and Mo up top? I think this time it'll be Mo and Gakpo up top. I think Gakpo will be the striker and Wirtz will be the left winger, but he'd probably invert into the
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what I legitimately believe. I think as well, like when you say don't start Savio or Doku, I understand that you think that. And by the way, even Pep might not start like Doku or Savino. By the way, Blue City Pep, I'm the one that says I don't hate Arsenal. Jamie says he hates Arsenal, so you're confusing us about. Anyway, as I was saying, I think even if he does start like Bernardo and Marmoush, which I think is actually a likely possibility. What you're saying is not true. What you're saying is realistic. I think you will still have the onus on you to attack. You're gonna have to be the team that takes
we're at home. We're at home.
I'd say the same thing at Anfield. I'd expect us to go more offensive at Anfield. So yeah, that's what
I think you'll see a different City at Anfield. I think you'll see the City at Anfield what you saw at the Emirates. I think Pep talks about it. I don't know. You two think football's changed now? This intricate little the types of David Silva and things like that. I think it'll come back. I think football's just going through a cycle because our chief exec Biana's talks about the game's now becoming about pace, power, and engines in the midfield. It wouldn't surprise me if City go with someone like a Baleba or a Wharton or a Elliot Anderson, something in that ilk that's just big and just runs.
Them technical midfield ballers are not necessary right now in the way teams want to play.
I think they just get the shit kicked out of them now when they go in the midfield against these monsters.
You want energy, you want pace, you want height, you want, and that still doesn't mean they're not technical footballers, but as you say, the days of maybe the littler, the Iniestas of this world and all that. Yeah, we are moving on.
I disagree. I still think they have a
Premier League anyway. I think it's the Premier League anyway.
I actually think Adam Wharton, you see the three players that Martin mentioned, I actually think Adam Wharton is the best one out of the three he mentioned.
I think Adam Wharton is immensely overrated.
I think Baleba's overrated.
He's worth the three figures to Tarkin. He's worth the 100.
No. But Baleba ain't worth the three figures either. By the way, Baleba's very overrated. Why do we actually...
Baleba's only had one good season in his career.
Yeah, and Baleba's been like, if you watch Brighton... By the way, every time you switch on a Brighton game, legitimately I'm saying here, like, Baleba's actually getting dominated in midfield.
And you know what tells me, Sam? That's mentality, because he's probably... Because he never got his transfer... right, that he badly wanted. And that's one thing I always say. You can be as good as you want, right, technically as a footballer. But if you've not got it up here, you're no good to me. Right? If Baleba was playing this season like he was on fire and proving a point, then teams are going to look at him and go, he's got it technically and he's got it mentally, man. That's amazing. The way he's sort of dropping off now, like he doesn't care, it's going to throw teams off. It will throw teams off and go, I've seen a new side of him now. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. With Adam Wharton, I would say Adam Wharton's got that. He's got that bit of like British steel to him. I suppose you could say he's got it mentally and technically he's a good player. My thing with Adam Wharton, how good would he be in a more offensive side? That play four at the back. When he plays at England and Palace, it's usually in a free. Free behind, very protected in the midfield. How good would Adam Wharton be when you're asking him to play far more offensively, a little bit higher up the pitch, taking maybe a little bit more risk with your play? You know, because that's what the bigger teams do, don't they? They're more offensive. They're more risk taking.
You know what worries me though, Jamie, is I mean, and we've seen it at City with Calvin Phillips and Jack Grealish. And I mean this with every respect, because Villa are huge and Leeds are huge. When you have this big fish in a little pond, and you jump to Liverpool, Manchester City, whatever, Arsenal,
it's different.
There's a different expectation in the building when you walk in. You are a cog in a machine at that point. You're no longer the big fish in the pond.
No.
And that's what worries me with someone like a Semenyo.
Yeah. Because
at the moment, you're after, but I'm like, it's the price tags that people are sticking on these players' ads. And I mean it with every respect, but Calvin Phillips and Grealish said the same thing. He walked in the door and went, all right, this is different.
And it matters if you lose and your performance.
Yeah, you're not chasing fifth spot anymore, guys. Nah. You're chasing leagues and Champions Leagues.
Jack Grealish, his performances at Villa, and if Villa lost, the attention weren't on Jack Grealish.
It was the manager that got the blame.
Jack did it. But as soon as Jack Grealish goes to a big club in City that are winning everything, when your performances are down, guess what? You're going to get written about you because more people so. It's like Kirkes at Bournemouth, When Kirkes at Bournemouth, he was an excellent left back. He was the best left back in England last season, But if Bournemouth lost games, if Bournemouth lost games last season, it weren't written up about Kirkes. It weren't Kirkes' fault. No one was worrying about Kirkes. Kirkes now plays at Liverpool, one of the biggest clubs in the world. He's had a mare a few times at left back. Guess what? He's getting written up about because now he's playing for the big team. So it's a different level. It's just, I don't think people realise the level jump. They don't realise the level jump.
From the local press to the national press.
It's different.
That's a huge thing.
The global press.
Yeah.
Global.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, and with all due respect.
Like, that's a prime example right there of what Martin is saying, because it's crazy, because even me as Hussam is now asking for Robertson to start, which is something.
Yeah, and if you know Sam,
Martin is saying the whole wow thing. I watched Robertson against Villa and Madrid, bro. Play Robertson this Sunday, please.
It's their best left back right now.
It's not wow. It's not the wow as in I'm shocked. It's the wow in, like I keep saying to you, Rob. I'm not sure. I keep saying it and you won't like it, Sam. I think Slot just went into Harrods and got greedy.
I'd love to go to Harrods and get greedy, to be fair.
You had a perfectly good left back there.
I've always been a big Robbo fan. You know, I've always been a big
Your midfield was actually your linchpin of the whole title winning season. And he goes, say what, I'll change it. Why?
No, I do agree.
He's that kid.
I agree with us.
And now he wants a PS6 on the day of launch. You know what I mean? Come on.
No, I like Robbo, man.
Listen, I like Robertson's last two performances. I hope he can keep it up, though. That's why I start him this Sunday. Experience there.
Yeah, you can see that more maturity.
From the three players he mentioned, I think Baleba and Elliot Anderson are the two that are overrated.
Apparently, he's back in training today.
Yeah, he's back in training. Yeah, Slot said he's training. Slot said he's training.
I was just checking. Yeah. Did you see that? There was a journal from Newcastle. LB was telling me about it. Apparently, Newcastle knew about the groin injury.
I just want to say something about Newcastle United. Newcastle United are just a fucking failed institution. They ruined our season and Isak's season and the Swedish national team and their own season because they're 13th and they suck right now. Had they waited till transfer deadline day, I'm going to give you guys an honest thing, yeah? If they waited till transfer deadline day and actually got the 150 million, I would be like, they held out, they got the money that they wanted, great. You did all that for 3 months and ended up getting the 125, the 120 anyway. So you just bullshitted and wasted everyone's time. Now, Isak ain't got a preseason. Sweden haven't qualified to the World Cup. You suck and you're 13th. And guess what? Liverpool suck too. Thanks, Newcastle, for wasting everyone's time for no reason whatsoever. We could have had this done in June, and then you could have had your player there. You could have had your preseason. You would have had all the drama. But here we are. Fuck Newcastle.
I do think Newcastle. I do think Newcastle.
I'm going to do Sunderland Newcastle watch. I'm going to support Sunderland too.
They are a badly run club, Newcastle. There's no doubt about that.
telling you right now.
Well, they've just lost another. Silverstone's just left, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're a badly run club.
Yeah, they are.
Badly run club.
Just idiotic decisions. Imagine Martin goes like, I'm gonna buy your microphone. And I go like, I'm not gonna sell this microphone for less than £50. And then we continue to negotiate for 3 months, and then I sell it for £40.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like pointless, isn't it? Yeah.
Pointless, just
45
wasting everyone's
45
time.
quid.
Just take the £40 from 3 months ago. Like, why are we wasting each other's
And
time?
shock, every time Newcastle have Champions League, they can't compete in the league.
Who would have thought? Everyone.
Big up Stephen again with another fiver, mate. Appreciate that, mate. And I'm recently joined the 40 Club. Big up, Punk.
There
Fellow
you go.
one.
There you
I've
go.
seen 5 titles, 9 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 1 Cup Winners' Cup. I'm forever be proud of my dad.
Big up.
Of my club,
Stephen.
sorry. So you're the George Graham era,
Yeah, it's the George Graham era. This is what this era. By the way, I said this to someone the other day, an Arsenal fan the other day, and he didn't quite know what I was talking about. But I said this Arsenal team reminds me of the George Graham Arsenal side. It really does. Where they were so tight at the back, man, and they obviously had the famous the song about. He didn't have a clue what I was talking about. I was like, gee, I am old. So old.
This is true. You guys are both old.
No, we are.
I'm not in the 40 club yet. Just saying.
You're not far off it though.
10 years. 10 years is a long time.
Oh, I thought you were older. You must have had an hard paper round.
No, I'm 30.
No, I don't think we get. I think the Livermental thing's gone, Ro. I think Livermental's gone. I think his injury record will knock City off.
Also,
Right
by the way,
now,
just to agree with Martin's point on something he said earlier, I do think some of these clubs are taking the piss with how much money they want. Like, with all due respect, no one's going to pay 100 million for Wharton. No one's going to pay 100 million for Elliot Anderson. No one's going to pay 100 million for Balieba. And on top of that, these guys wanted 80 million for fucking Livramento. With all due respect, like, dude, like, is this the next Cafu or something? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Livramento at best is worth like max 40. That's it.
City inquired for Morgan Gibbs White, and we got 2 million. Bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, some of these clubs, like, you're never gonna get that much money ever. You're never gonna get. No, I promise you, no one in our lifetime is going to pay 80 million for Livramento. It's just not gonna happen.
Have you seen the price now for a lot of meaty players go for like 40 or 50 million now? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You don't know who fucked the transfer window for everyone? Man United. People go like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Go look back 10 years ago as to who started this transfer window.
Oh, yeah, it was Man United. Well, Man United started everything.
All these dumbass transfers that they made for so much stupid money puts us in this position.
Because with Man United, when the Premier League came around, first time round, they went public, didn't they? They went on the stock exchange. They publicly traded their club at the time the Premier League came in. That is why Man United got so much money. They were ahead of the curve. They were ahead of everybody. And and they've stayed ahead of everyone because of that. And then they could, they could go and buy the players they wanted to buy and drag up the transfer market.
Yeah, they're not stupid. They weren't stupid. Yeah. They knew, because that's why they were going to do the Dick Knight and everything else and the big Sky B stuff.
Yeah,
they weren't stupid. They could see it coming.
That's why Sky and Man United were in bed with each other as well. So I keep saying.
Yeah. No, we've done that one. Another Stephen. Thank you so much. You're putting it in today, mate. Appreciate it. That's it, Jamie. Remember 89 George Graham. We won the league at your house. Wow. Big up Martin and the Mancunian way. Big up, Stephen.
I've got a story about that. So
I've got a question, Stephen. Who do you want to win? What is your idea? You're going to say draw, but you had to choose a winner.
You're not allowed to say draw.
Yeah,
Stephen.
Choose who you want, and you don't have to pay for this, mate. Put it in for free. Tell me, or all of us, who would you rather be up against in a title race?
See, this what he says here, yeah, this is a funny story quickly. So obviously my dad is from there and he moved south over 40 odd years ago, met my mum and bang on board. And I weren't really into football younger. Like what little kids go sit and watch a 90-minute game of football. You don't really, do you? But it was the last game of the season and my dad wanted me to sit and watch the game with him, yeah. So I sat and watched the game with him. And I didn't know quite what was going on, but my dad was super excited and all that. And then when we lost, my dad, do you remember them old, Martin, do you remember them really big, fat, old ashtrays in pubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, he used to nick them. He used to take him home, yeah. He had it because he always sort of spoke roll-ups and stuff like that.
The big green ones.
Yeah. The big glass one, you know, the big fat glass one, yeah.
Yeah.
He picked it up. When we lost 2-0, he picked it up.
Used to slap over people's head.
Yeah, he picked it up and threw it at the telly, and the telly just blew up. And from then on, I was like, wow, I'm going to support Liverpool because although we lost, it meant that much to my dad. He broke our TV, right? It meant so much to him, and he asked me to sit down and watch this game, and I've got to support Liverpool from now on. So, yeah, when people ask why I'm a Liverpool fan, that is the reason why. So, since 1989, I've been a fan. I was a fan from losing, not winning, because it meant so much to my dad.
Right, I'm going to push you now for predictions.
Ooh.
Martin, by the way, you won't like this, but most Arsenal fans I've worked with over the last 48 hours prefer to be in a title race with Man City. I don't know why, but that's their preference. I swear. Yesterday, I did a show with Jess, and she was like, I'd rather be in a title race with Man City.
Yeah, I think.
Didn't Igal say the same thing? I swear.
Yeah, I think people are underestimated. This is why I love this. This is why we're under the radar, in the shadows.
The thing is, they're making City sound like underdogs, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, to me, Gemma, I had a saying. I've said, people will start respecting City when it's too late. You don't want City 6 points behind you going into January. You don't want that. Don't.
I can tell you based on experience.
You know, the afterburners go on and we go.
Bad memories.
Yeah.
And you have paid for it, but you didn't have to, mate. Thank you so much. Stinky 0-0 would suit me just fine. I'll be honest, after bottling it after being 8 points clear, Manchester City just scare me. So, see, at least he's honest.
Fair.
Yeah.
I respect.
Big up, Stephen.
I actually think it's going to be a 0-0 game because I think both teams go cancel each other out. It's going to be a very tactical game, in my opinion. Going to be a very tactical game. So I'm going 0-0. Haaland, he has one of his worst records is against Liverpool as well, ain't it?
It's against Van Dijk.
Yeah, well, his third.
Van Dijk's having a dodgy season.
Yeah. Saying that, Conor Bradley kept.
That's what he's been waiting for.
Saying that, Conor Bradley kept Vinny and Mbappe quiet, and a lot of Liverpool fans like Conor Bradley. So
your goal is dodgy though at the minute. I do worry about Mohamed Asbella.
I like him lately. I like him lately.
I think he's a good keeper, good shot stopper.
Yeah, I'm going 0-0. I think it's going to be a very tight game.
0-0.
Yeah.
I'm going 1-0 Liverpool win. 1-0 Liverpool win. Florian Wirtz scores the winner and then shushes the City fans.
2 goals away from you. See, I've gone for 3-0.
Comfy settings, are they?
I think we'll slap you up.
All right, let me put it this way. If Manchester City played Doku, and Savinho, I actually think Liverpool win.
That's my concern. Yeah.
Because I think Liverpool treat it like Man City with Vinny and Mbappe and stuff like that, the way they played there. If City go with their more, technical ballers in them wide areas that keep possession a little bit better and, and allow the other players to find the gaps where they run off us more, that's when I think we're in a bit of trouble. So, yeah, it's weird saying it that way. But
it's going to be 1-0. The thing is, we're not allowed to predict a draw. But if I'm allowed to predict a draw, I think this has like 1-1 written all over it.
Yeah, it's not going to be a high-scoring affair, in my opinion.
No. It's going to be 1-1.
Well, we'll say I'm going 3-0. People think I'm in La La Land. Big up. By the way, my apologies. I thank you. You got me your thing the other day for your memberships. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. But no, I'm going 3-0. I just think Ireland is a monster right now. I don't think any defender in world football stopping him. I hear it. Been live. I got a message. Don't rule out Rodri and Nico G together on Sunday. Which We'll see. We will see. But no, I just want to thank you both for coming on. You're legends.
No,
So, Sam, thank you, mate. I will see you Tuesday for Blue Pill, Red Pill. Why are you laughing?
I'll see you then, my brother.
Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because he said 3-0 and I'll remember this. That's it.
Look
I
at him,
remember.
he's
I'm
Jamie,
gonna
big
let
up,
the
mate.
gun cook the shit out of you Tuesday. I won't even interfere.
Look
this
at
time.
him. He's like, I'll just let it go, wind you up. Do you know where the guy, you know what, man, the guy at City, no joke, against Dortmund on Wednesday, turned around, he went, keep cooking or Sam and the gal on a Tuesday. I'm like, big up.
Bears, I'm glad they watched the show. Great.
That's hilarious. That's
Big up.
hilarious.
Gamer, thanks for coming on. Have you got anything coming
No.
up? Either of you?
Yeah, I think I got a call-in show later. Then I'm on the Sam's channel tonight as well. So yeah, lots coming up.
You're on Big Up now, aren't you? As well.
Yeah. I do my stuff on Big Up as well. I'm on there quite a lot. Yeah.
Good man, good
Keep it
man.
moving.
Oh, Sam, fraud, out you coming up?
What have I got coming up? Jamie on my channel at 10 p.m. tonight. We're doing a Liverpool show.
Okay. No, sure. Just make sure you had Vader on or anything. You know.
No. I can't work with Vader more than once a week. I just can't.
Can you not?
No, I can't. Vader's too much. Vader's too much. I cannot do Vader.
Oh, Vader, man.
Crazy.
Right. This is going to take you over to Never a Foul when I just do it now. When I can find it, because it's not coming up and I don't know why. Where is it? There it is. So I'll take it over to my boy Daps. Big up all. We'll see you on Sunday for the post-match. Big up to these two legends. And as always, up the Blues. Take care.